Okay, testing. Testing? Oh, what? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you mean, yeah? You can't say yeah. Hold on, I need a different setup. Hey, hang on. All right, single eye first. First. Mask? Mask or no mask?
No ma?
Inside. No mask?
Yeah.
Should I put on a mask?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Let's get rid of that. What do you think? This hat? This hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or should I put it
Yeah.
like all the cool guys?
Yeah.
You know? Ooh, cool. Now I'm cool. Now I look cool. Now I look hip. I look like a 57-year-old trying to pretend to be a 20-year-old. Is that or how about this? Hey, what about that? Now I look like a 57-year-old pretending to be a 57-year-old who lives in Panama. This one? That one?
Yeah.
I think we got it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hello. And welcome back to the first recorded podcast of Laughing on the Inside. My name is Dave. I live in Cambodia. I have a mole, I think, that's probably cancer. I don't know. But here I am. I get nervous on video because I'm not a good looking man. I don't have, I'm not suave. I'm not attractive to the lady folk. I'm just a middle-aged, white, out-of-shape guy, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I think that can be a lesson for you kids, all of you kids that are somehow listening to a middle-aged, out-of-shape, ugly, white guy, that I believed all the hype that I learned from school. And we tend to romanticize things a little bit. And by the way, I do want to mention I have a mic here, and I'm hoping it does the job, but it's on my collar. I don't know if I'm too close, too far away. I'm not really sure, so I'm kind of, if you see me looking or making adjustments, that's what it is. But anyway, we romanticize the poems and stories. And one of my biggest influences was to travel the road less traveled. Go down the path less traveled. That was a very romantic and huge idea. And that's what I decided to do. And word of advice, that's probably not the best idea because the path less traveled doesn't come with health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, life insurance. It's a horrible way to live, so don't do it. Otherwise you end up and you're this. Now I'm very happy with who I am and how far I've come in my life. I've never regretted anything, which is, again, probably another mistake. I think there are some things you should regret, but I don't. But at some point you have to say, hey, I'm having fun here, and I'm doing something I really like, and I'm enjoying my life for the first time, but I really need that fucking health insurance. I really need that steady paycheck. And when those kind of things happen, you know, go back. Take the path most traveled. It's okay. That other path will still be there, and maybe by the time you get back, it'll be covered in Bigfoot tracks or whatever happens. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for this channel. I'm going to do some sketches, I'm going to do some stand-up, I'm going to do some interviews now that I got the mic. A lot of people complained on I did an interview on my first channel, my normal channel, Dave Does Cambodia, with an expat who just came here from the United Kingdom. And they all said the same thing. Sounds like shit. It's horrible. He has an accent. I can't understand him. The audio sucks. Sorry. I did the best I could with what I had at the time, but now I've got this. So I think that changes everything. Am I going to be talking like this the whole time? Because I'm not sure of the audio, you know. I'm going to try not to. But I guess that's okay. No, I don't want to talk about that. All right. Well, I guess it will go right into the hate comments, because why not? I think that's a great place to start. I get a lot of hateful, trolling comments on my channel, on my comedic perspective of things, and I don't really mind. That's the thing you have to realize. I don't really mind, because most of them are not creative at all. They're unimaginative. They're derivative. They just repeat something somebody else said, you know. Like I uploaded a video on one of the little bits I did for Valentine's Day. I uploaded it on a particular Facebook group page, and one of the first comments was, "Don't quit your day job." Come on, really? That's been around since the 30s, and I think like the first few people that said that to someone, it was probably hilarious. It was probably like the funniest thing they've ever heard. I get it, but right now it's just, I don't really mind that negative comments as long as it comes with a little bit of creativity, which these people lack, obviously. Don't quit your day job, because that's a big assumption that I even have a day job. And it's an even bigger assumption that you think I want to quit it to do stand-up comedy. I'm 57 years old. This is not a career. This is a hobby. This is something I like doing for myself. And it'd be easy to say, "Oh, hey man, why don't you give me 5 minutes of your best comedy?" Because then it would just be excuse after excuse. It would turn into an internet fight, and who needs that shit, right? Because the guy would just say, "Oh, I got more important things to do," and he really doesn't. More important means starting to drink at 11 in the morning, and you know, commenting on everything he sees on Facebook that he doesn't agree with. That's what they look like, by the way. Or maybe they have the phone. Like, you can let some things go. I don't agree with everything I see on Facebook. I scroll past. I don't know what the issue is. You got to pick your fights. My beard looks a little weird. It's been a while since I shaved and got a haircut. I think I need to do that. You probably heard that because that's the same side the microphone's on. I'll do it to the other side. But all in all, everything is going great here. My first podcast came out. It's 20 minutes long. It was yesterday. I'll put the link down below, of course, on Anchor.fm. It's called Laughing on the Inside. Pretty good podcast, I think. I talked about politics. I hate talking about politics, but because of the date involved, that's when I decided to upload the first episode. You know, March 4th. Trump supporters out there, QAnon followers, they're going to know exactly what that means. And they're going to know, yeah, I'm going to make fun of you a little bit, but not too harshly. I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't rant, I don't rave. None of that shit. And you know what? I just noticed, like, I should adjust this camera because there's a lot of empty space up there. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. See how they go. Oh, oh man. Okay, I think that's much better. I apologize for that. There was a lot of space above my head, and makes me feel like more of a failure than I already am. That really sucks. But I'm happy to say I do have a, I live in Cambodia. I know there's people listening from the United States and other countries. So even though I'm 57 years old, and I do like to mention that a lot, just for perspective, like, so I can say, hey, listen, I understand you guys that are 20, 30 years old. I understand your deal. I understand what you're going through, even though I'm this age. I'm not to the point yet where I'm like, all you kids get off my lawn. I'm not at that age yet. Okay, I understand it. I'm trying to adapt to it like everyone else. But living in Cambodia has a certain stigmas for a man my age. Certain stereotypes, but I'm proud to say that my girlfriend is age appropriate for me. All right, and I know the stereotype. Men my age, they come over to this part of the world because they're all looking for the really young, hot chicks to be with. But that's not me. But that stereotype is true. You do see a lot of that around here. You see people 60, 70 years old, and they're walking around with girls who look suspiciously legal. Let's just say that. And I know they all say the same thing. All right, hey, I'm not a pedophile. She's at least 18 years old. Everything's legal. And I'll give it to them. Good for you, man. I'm not going to call you a pedophile. I just think you're kind of pedophile light. You're not a pedo. You're just kind of pedo adjacent. Because you're kind of right there on the line, on that fine line between looking at love for life and looking at a cellmate for life. You're kind of right on that edge. But I think the creepiest part is when the girl he's with has like a 12-year-old younger sister, and the guys, they're all the same. They all say, hey, don't say that. I would never do anything with a 12-year-old. That's disgusting. Don't put me in that category. But in 6 years, 6 years, she'll be legal. So who knows? I like my life here. It's a great life, I think. It's great, actually, to have a girlfriend. I spent a lot of time back home in a loveless and sexless existence for a lot of years, and then I finally got divorced. So it's great to have a girlfriend. Now, sometimes, because I'm a foreigner in another country. Like I'm an American. I'm from the United States, but I live in a foreign country, in a country where English is not the primary language. And so sometimes we have issues in communicating. She doesn't speak much English. I don't speak much of the local language, which is, for people who are not aware, is called Khmer, the Khmer language. And if you don't know what that means, it means Cambodian language. They prefer to be called Khmer. And so she doesn't speak much English. I don't speak much Khmer. But we manage, I mean, but I have to give her all the credit in the world, because she knows enough English so that when she's talking to me, I am really just confused. I'm confused. I don't know what she's talking about. Like, she just says a bunch of English words in a row with no context, right? Like, she'll just come up to me and say, woman, dog, house, inside. And I have no fucking idea what that means. I don't know what that means. Can you give me a verb? Can I buy a preposition? How about just throwing in an odd adjective? Anything to help me connect the words. But I found that I think, anyway, the best way to deal with that when she does that is just to repeat those words back to her, but in the form of a question. So let me give you the example. She comes up and says, woman, dog, house, inside. I look at her and say, woman, dog, house, inside? And usually that does it. She goes, yeah. And then walk away. Okay, great, conversation over. I still don't know what she's talking about, but now I can get back to, watching YouTube videos of fast food employees spitting in your food or whatever I'm watching that day. Sometimes that works. It's good. But not always, because like sometimes, like a week later, she'll just come up to me and go, you ready to go? Yeah. Well, yeah. What? Ready to go where, man? I had my whole day spent around looking up weird porn on the internet, which by the way, if you retire over here, you will spend a lot of your time doing stuff like that. Just a warning. But then she'll look at me when I question her, right? And she'll look at me like I'm the one who is completely clueless. Like, she'll look at me like I just set a box of kittens on fire. Like there was a box of kittens and I had a match and went, ho, that's very cute. Not. So she'll look at me like that, and then she'll just say very forcefully, very slowly, as if I am a very stupid man, which is true to a certain extent. But she'll just say, woman, dog, house, inside, let's go. Okay, we're going on an adventure. I don't know where, I don't know what's going on. But along the way I have to say, hey, if you want me to go to this woman's house, go inside and have sex with her, leave, leave the dog out of it because I'm not into that kind of thing. You know, on a weekday, let's save some of that lonely energy for Saturday nights. All right, it's not on a weekday. All right. Well, I guess that's enough for tonight. I don't really know what else to say. I had no plan. I just figured I'd finish the last of my beer here and make this for you. Trying to bring you some content. You might like it, you might not. Whatever. Anyway, down below there's links to everything I talked about. Check them out. And I hope the mic was okay. I guess I'll find out after I turn this video off and I'll listen back and I'll be like, oh, that sucked. Or I'll be like, you know what? It was actually all right. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Oh, by the way, I also have I got water. I do drink a lot of water. But, yeah, got the last of my beer. Last can of beer. Just a little left. Share it with you guys. All right. I will talk to you guys in the next one. I think I should pause here. I think I should just pause here. This is where I should shut it off. Or should I do this? I'm not. This, or just this. Should I do this? Or should I do this? Or should I do this? Which one do you think? Because I'm not sure. Yeah, like at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of my videos. Should I use this one?
Yeah.
Or should I use, you think thumbs up?
Yeah.
I will talk to you guys in the next one. Hey, let me unclip this. How do you unclip it? No, I can't. I think it's, okay. There we go. I think I just ripped the shirt. Let me get this hat off. And, yeah. Oh, just a minute. All right.